Hello, Gemini. Welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. I'm just starting my channel, so please subscribe, like, comment, share. I would appreciate any and all of that. This is your reading for the week of July 1st to July 8th. The spread that I'm using is the rather non-traditional the Celtic Cross. Wow, I forgot that for a second. I read it a little differently than others, so I'll explain it as I go. All right? And we start right here in the middle. And what's going on for you this week, Gemini? At the heart of everything that's going on this week is the Four of Wands, which is really great. I mean, there's some sort of completion going on, some sort of stability here, an Aries, Libra influence, okay? A lot of love in this card. See, all the green is love. Okay, so this is a great card to start out with for what's at the heart of everything that you're thinking about this week, Gemini. Beautiful. Okay, so the next card that we read was the forces that are crossing, or rather directly affecting. Here, let me move this over a little so we can see Gemini. There we go. The forces that are directly affecting this fire energy here is more fire energy. This is the Knight of Wands. Okay, this guy is he is all about the quest for new thrills. You know, the zest for life. Sometimes an adrenaline junkie, somebody who just wants to explore and experiment with life and just live. Okay, this is like a life of the party type person. Okay, so this is some great energy, very powerful, Gemini. Whoa, okay, so at the root of everything for this week, we have another really beautiful energy here. This is a major arcana card. This is a divine influence. And this card is a bit unique to this deck, which is the Crowley Thoth deck. And this is called art. This is when you combine forces. The combination of forces creates this awesome, awesome divine energy I call glory. Okay? So there's something, everything is rooted in this, whether you want to combine forces or something is combining. Sometimes it is success after elaborate maneuvers. Sometimes it even represents escape. Alrighty. Okay, so the next card that we read, these are the energies that are on their way out for you this week, Gemini, and we have another 4. Let me see if we have any more. Okay, 4, 4. Wow, okay, so you've got 3 4s right here. So what you want to do now is go Google, well, after the reading, Google the angel number 444. That's another message for you, okay? Now, this is the energy that's on its way out. This is a fully manifested card. The energy, the fully manifested energy of this card is on its way out for you this week. And what this means is, like, this is sword energy. This is you, Gemini. Okay, this is mental energy. This is, rest. This is when you need to rest. Okay, so what it's telling me is that you've been resting. Okay, and your need for rest is on its way out. Okay, so I mean, with all this fire energy right here, whoa, I mean, I can see that very clearly. Okay, now the next 2 cards that we read are future cards. This is a more immediate future, and this is the future that will happen in a couple of days to a couple of weeks to maybe next month, but really not that much further than that. When I would do readings, this card would usually end up here eventually, and that's why I learned how to do that, okay? So your more future is there we go, the 8 of Cups. This is emotion. Cups are emotion. And what this is like, you know, so you might feel eventually that everything has just become too much. You're just going to be like, ugh, I'm done. And this is when you let go of something that is no longer serving you, whether it's a way of thinking or something that you've been doing. But it's, to me, it's emotional. So maybe what you've been doing is feeling a certain way, and you're going to realize that you're sick of feeling this way, and then you're just going to change your mind and say, I'm not going to feel like that anymore. So to me, that's pretty freaking good. Alrighty, so the next card that we read, of course, is this one. Your other 4, your third 4. And you'll see that this card is upside down. And what this doesn't mean the opposite of this card. What it means is that this energy is manifesting. It is not fully manifested or come into being just yet, but the energy is there, and soon it's going to become whoop, like this. Okay? Whoa, look at power. 4 is the number of stability. Okay, now this is discs, which represent, coins. It's earthly wealth, basically. You're going to have stability in your earthly life, whether it's health or your wealth, okay? This is the foundation of power in the physical world, okay? So this could also mean consolidation and protection of one's resources, where you're just gathering it all together, kind of taking inventory and then protecting it, okay? Alrighty, so far, pretty interesting reading. Now, the next card that we read is at the bottom of the staff. See, this is the cross and this is the staff. This got a little bit messy over here. Let's just neaten up just a little bit. Okay, so this is your hopes card. Okay, now you'll see that this is the devil. This doesn't necessarily mean that this could be a Capricorn. The first thing I would say is that you might be hoping that a Capricorn that you know of or something may fully manifest into your life. Okay, but of course the devil also means things like it could be a person that's really controlling or manipulative or toxic. And so if you have a person like that in your life, you might be hoping that this energy goes out, okay? This is a major arcana card, okay? So the divine is either putting this person in your life or you want it to take it out, okay? The next card that we read is your environment. All right, now this is more of your energy, Gemini. This is the Princess of Swords. Okay, so this is your current environment, what's going on around you. Now this normally, this means the formation of ideas, putting your plan into reality, okay? This could also represent somebody in your life right now who's who's intellectual, perceptive, intuitive, someone who brings clarity and insight, someone who has no tolerance for things like injustice or manipulation. Oh, okay, so that's talking about that right there. This person could be brutally honest, as sword energy usually is, or this could be you, Gemini, and sometimes this is called the anger of the gods. You may be pretty angry at the moment. Maybe you're angry at your life, or maybe this is a person in your life. The thing that about the injustice means, who knows, this could be a Libra in your life, or an attorney or something. Alrighty, the next card that we read is your fear. And this is, you'll see that this energy is reversed, so it has not fully manifested yet. This is, in this deck, this is called Strength. This is the brief pause before returning to battle, okay? This is the calm in the eye of the storm, okay? Maybe you might be afraid that whatever is going on is not permanent, that if something is making you happy, it's just a pause, and then you're going to have to get back to being strong and having to get back to the battle. That has like a Sagittarius influence there as well, and you'll see the sun and the moon too. And I was told to say that. You'll know what that means, okay? Now, this is upside down. This has not fully manifested. You see what I'm saying? So it depends on how you feel about this energy right here, whether it comes into being or not. All right. Holy moly, I'm almost done with the reading here. It's pretty quick. It's flowing pretty well here. Now your outcome is another card that is not fully manifested. And you'll see this is the Major Arcana card, which are divine influence. And he's the Hanged Man. Okay? Now I'm getting the first deck of cards that I was reading called this Life in Suspension. Okay? So that sounds a lot like this, like the calm in the eye of the storm. Okay, so you may have more of a battle to go through, or it could just be that you need a change in perspective. You see, when the Hanged Man is like this, he's doing this so that he can gain enlightenment. See that? When you change your perspective, if your life goes into suspension and you sit there and you think about it for a minute, your perspective changes. And what that does is it gives you wisdom if you pay enough attention. Okay? So, right now, this is not fully manifested. Okay? So, I think that what you're going to end up with is a change in your perspective. You're going to see clearly about something. All right. Wow, you have a lot of green in this, Gemini. So I'm thinking that a lot of this has to do with love, or money. That is that's the color of the heart chakra, which is energy vortexes that run through your light body and actually channel it through your light body. Another thing that I look at is how many major arcana cards you have in comparison to minor arcana cards, and you have 1, 2, and 3. So 3 out of 10 cards means that you are mostly in control of this situation. And the divine has control of only a few things here, except when you look at the bottom of the deck, which is an underlying influence for me. And what you have is another major arcana card. And, you know, don't panic. Death hardly ever means physical death, but what it means is a divine, like a great big change. Okay? So now I'm feeling that once you get your change in perspective, there's going to be a great big change. And it has everything to do with the divine. Okay? So Gemini, it looks like you're doing really, really well this week. And especially, you know, this card, this is one of my very favorite cards. The combination of 2 forces, that's basically you, Gemini. You're the twins. Okay, and that's also the masculine and feminine energies. And if you don't know what those mean, you can Google those and you can find out. Everybody has masculine and feminine energies, and when you combine them, when you balance them, as the 2 twins that are inside of you, you balance your twins, you end up with a divine energy that brings glory. Alrighty? That's what I have for you this week, Gemini. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty interesting week. See you next week.